All right, final match of the day, and we are going to... Hi there. We are going to mulligan this hand. This hand had 2 lands. This might have been a... Oh, playing a mirror match. That is interesting. Uh-oh. 2 Foundry to consoles. This isn't on the draw. Problem is, I know how good my opponent's deck is. Because it's the mirror match. That's a tough choice. I think I'm going to keep this one. Ooh. Instantly rewarded. There is the walker. Alright, well, that's interesting. Still probably in our best interest to play Chief, because Chief into Whirler Rogue into Chief is pretty big beats. Alright, so opponent is definitely tapping out if they're going to attack with hanger back. There's the aggregate. Alright. Gonna need another blue, I guess. So now I could play aggregate to slow down the beats, because then if my opponent plays P and Kieran, but the problem is if my opponent plays Whirler Rogue, they get to get in. Which does make this more challenging. I think we'll force our opponent to play Whirler Rogue. That's right. Roast is going to be good in the main deck for sure. All right. Well, don't want to get ingested for a blue source. All right. Red source is fine. Now maybe we draw the blue? Not quite. All right. Guess we go Chief. Yeah, it's a problem. That is a problem. So, what's going to get wild slashed? Kind of want to do it to the Thopter to take less damage here, but then our opponent gets to throw hanger back. Yeah, that's not going to work. All right, guess we got to take 4. No blue source, no blue source. All right. Once again, Ghostfire is acceptable. Let's kill Pia and Kieran. Got our own. That is also quite good. Am I gonna block with Chief of the Foundry? I assume not. Uh-oh. Opponent's cooking with gasoline. And Thopter Engineer's the last card, huh? This is scary. So my opponent swings with everything. Probably want to kill the Chief of the Foundry. And then chump block the hanger back. Is that going to work? I feel like Chief of the Foundry probably has to die. Can't even really triple block the Vile Aggregate. Because then I just lose everything. I'm really not planning to use Pia and Kieran Alar anytime soon. So I guess we chump and then eat a couple Thopters. Take 8? Man, that's a lot of damage. Well, another P and Kieran. Here's our blue mana. I guess we gotta go for it. I guess we probably still die to Foundry of the Consoles, though. But I guess we'll force our opponent to play it. Where the Rogue will do it as well. So this is definitely a match where Radiant Flames would be better. But the last match, the Atarka Red is definitely one where Seismic Rupture is better. I mean, if this deck were to ever catch on, I think I'd probably go back to Radiant Flames. But, I mean, considering we're in a mirror match from someone who watches the videos, I think it's less important. Do I want the Impulses? I don't know how to sideboard against my own deck. I mean, I guess we want the Disdainful Strokes, right? They stop pretty important spells. But at the same time, they don't stop... well, they stop pretty much the most important spells in the deck. I guess we'll bring the Strokes in. We don't want the Negates or the Dispels. That's not good enough. The Roasts take care of Aggregate. Is that... How much better? What do I want a Wild Slash? I want a Wild Slash like a Pia and Kieran or a Whirler Rogue. But I think I'd rather have Roast, right? You have to pay an extra mana, but dealing with Vile Aggregate seems so important in this match in particular. And I think we swap Wild Slash for Impulse. Not that we have super high chances of getting Spell Mastery, but there is a chance. Okay. Yeah, I guess this is what we're going to do. I mean, the spot removal's okay. I don't love it, though. This hand's... I don't feel like this hand's good enough. I think we're going to have to do better. Because the Opter Spy Network on its own doesn't do anything. And we're pretty reliant on drawing... Wait for it. Ghostfire Blade, Hangerback, or Chief of the Foundries. Only, well, or Thopter Engineer. So there's 4, 7, 11, 15 cards we could draw. I feel like we get flooded with this hand too often. Disdainful Stroke doesn't do enough. We got to do better than that. All right. This hand is already better. I'm already satisfied. So this time we at least have the roast for the aggregate. We have a hanger back, which we can build up, I presume, a bit. And our opponent, if they base their deck on ours, which I'm assuming they did, they are not using Thopter Spy Network, but they might have, they might have dabbled around like we did. They might be running it. I've had a couple people comment and tell me about their builds. I should know based on his name, but I can't remember which commenter's names exactly. I'm sure when he watches the video, he'll let me know. But he may be running Thopter Spy Networks too now. Maybe he's the one that had the suggestions to do it. We are going to keep this one. Foundry, no, we got to do better than that. Oh, no problem. Ooh. That was a good top deck. If he plays his own hanger back, I'll trade. Yeah. Well, I guess that's a reason not to trade. No, I guess we trade. I can build card advantage through Thopter Spy Network, so I'm going to offer it. I'd rather aggregate get through. I think it's better for us. Because him being able to block and pump when I have aggregate out, I think is worse. Wouldn't mind if he played his own aggregate. Alright, hangerback number 2 is also acceptable. So, Ghostfire Blade, yeah, it's pretty good here. You can burn it. That's acceptable too. Because we still get to equip up here. Alright. We still have Thopter Spy Network value too. Alright, well, got rid of an important card, but as we well know, that deck runs a lot of them. Kind of want him to just play an aggregate, but that was obviously wishful thinking. Alright, got a 4th land, so we can play our own Pia and Kieran. The problem is, yeah, it's a problem. Alright, I think we roast him. If I play Pia and Kieran, he gets to pump Hanger back and throw it, and that's just too good. I think we gotta kill it. As much as I'm not in love with the idea. Alright. Kind of wanted him to draw cliffs, but that's okay. So he could play Chief of the Foundry here, and we're in pretty big trouble, but looks like he's not going to. It's definitely trouble. Definitely trouble. Alright, cliffs is good. Let's go big man. And get in for 5. Ghostfire Blade. Yeah, I guess that's a good one to get rid of. So, now the question. If my opponent attacks with everything, what's the plan? I guess I can afford to take 8. Oh, okay. Opponent's got removal of their own. Attacking with everything. 5, 6, 7, 8 damage, bringing me to 7. And the best I can crack back for is 7. Opponent's leaving up 4 mana. I can play Thopter Spy Network. I can draw. Doesn't do much. If I take 8 here, I think we're going to take 8. I'm not in love with it. All right. All right. Hanger back of our own. All right. So, opponent's got hanger back. He can block. He can get a flyer. Which means I've got to play some stuff here. If I play hanger back, smash in for 8. Re-equip. That's not going to do it. I think the plan is play hanger back, swing with aggregate, and then we'll re-equip Ghost Fireblade to a Thopter. Just something relevant, please. Well, aggregate is not bad, but... Alright. So, opponent is a Chief of the Foundry away from winning here. Quite a few things away from winning. We're at 7. Opponent's got 8 attackers. Aggregate's beatable. Not easily beatable, but beatable. I guess we get 1 turn, though. Yeah, maybe it's not so beatable. Because of the Whirler Rogue. I guess if I get a burn spell, but even then I'm in pretty serious trouble. I think since I'm dead next turn, I should just block 1 and take the rest. Want as many dudes as we can here. That's weird. Yeah, I don't think Lane's gonna do it. Looks like we lost in the mirror match. Well, nothing to be done about that. Alright. Yeah, he got us. Alright. Well, first loss in a while, but I guess losing to a mirror match is fine. Alright. Lost in the mirror match. It's kind of fitting, I guess. Our streak is ended by our own deck. Monastery Siege. I like the Dragons mode. Let me look that up again. I forgot what the Dragons mode on that card is. Because I know what it is on Outpost Siege, but I don't know what it is on Monastery. Looks like our opponent's lag prevented them from attacking, but the Dragons on this is spells your opponent's cast that target you or a permanent you control costs 2 more to cast. He must be talking... Because why is the Dragons mode good on that one? Oh, let's not forget to use this little fella. Huh. That comes up, huh? Why would that come up? That's weird. Even with that opponent punt, I mean, we're certainly not out of this. In fact, I mean, I don't even necessarily see how we win this anyway. Even if I draw P and Kiernalar, I don't have enough mana to blow up my hanger back, give myself some protection. Even killing Whirler Rogue is aggregate's too big. I mean, I'd be amazed if I could top deck something here. could lead me to victory. I just have no idea what that would be. I mean, first and foremost, it's got to kill Whirler Rogue. But then I still, like, I still die to copious amounts of flyers. Disdainful Stroke. That's not going to do it. I mean, guess we swing with some Dopters. And I guess Hanger back. Kills Wild Slash and Impulse. Don't they just pay 2 extra, though? I guess. I don't know. This deck doesn't seem particularly vulnerable to spot removal, in my opinion. But for the most part, I'm glad I got a chance to at least play with Thopter Spy Network a couple times. So we're seeing how it does. Like I said, it definitely did good in that rally matchup, I think. Yeah, we'd have to draw something pretty spicy here. Even if he let us deal damage to him, which I don't think is happening. No cards were had. Alright. Looks like we still lose. Well, we played it for 2. Can't even Disdainful Stroke it. All right. Lost in the mirror match, which is okay still. Like I said, that's fine. I don't think there's a lot of our deck in the meta yet, but who knows? Maybe we'll change that. Maybe we will change that. All right. Well, and sorry, Worldly Dave, I clicked on your message, but it didn't bring it up. I don't know why. Can I bring this up? Not going to let me bring that up. Not going to let me. All right, Worldly Dave, when you see this video, I apologize that I didn't say good game to you or didn't respond to whatever you said. I always get this weird glitch where I click on the thing after I've clicked on done with the match, and then not only does your message disappear, I have no means to talk to you. You see, I'm rapid fire clicking on this text box. Brings up nothing. I'm going over here. I don't see it. If I go to the home page, you're not on my friends list, so I can't even communicate you through there. So I really don't like how they have that system set up. It's very awkward. I'm not a fan, but because it makes you look like a jerk, like this instance. Like right now, Whirly Dave's probably like, why didn't Inez respond to me? All I said was good game. And the reason is because I have no means to contact you without adding. I'll just, and watch. Here's another thing. I'll add you to my friends list, right? I'll message you. Notice how it doesn't have the history. So everybody can watch this in real time. So all the dialogue he just said disappeared for infinity. So really strange how they have their little text box system worked out. I don't like it. Anyway, lost in the mirror match, which is fine. Like I said, we've got a couple more matches in this league, which I'll do tomorrow, and then Oath on Friday, which I'm sure everyone is stoked for. I listened to a couple hours of the Limited Resource podcast going over commons and uncommons, so I'm just trying to get a better grasp on what the format will be like. I'm not going to have enough time to listen to their rare and mythic review, but I will listen to the common and uncommon and try and take as much of that in as possible. All right. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you tomorrow.